Where are we now? Sub level 12. Okay. Okay, this one I need just white Pikmin. Okay. So the gold bug is going to be here. Done. Okay, next is the doodle bug. Is there a doodle bug? Yes. Okay. Now Captain Olimar can also come down and drink up. Seriously, Olimar, you weren't aligned with the wall? One, two. It's very important to get all these potions. And I'm definitely doing it this way. And in fact, after this, once we get these juices and the treasure, I'm gonna take a momentary break. Just to recenter myself again. Get the treasure. So I'm gonna, once this gets back, I'm gonna take a moment. Oh, I guess we should actually repopulate whichever color got eaten a lot. And then I'll take a momentary break. Okay, which color got hit the most? I'm about to go into an area that requires a lot of blues, so maybe instead of reds, I go up with blues. Okay. Okay. So a momentary break before we go down to sub-level 13. Okay. all stretched up. Diving down deeper. Whew. Hole of Heroes, sublevel 13. This is why blue Pikmin, and why I hate always coming back to this game. We have... Oh, look! It's a man at legs. So what I want is the 32 blue Pikmin. Then I want all of these guys. I need the farthest corner. If I'm gonna be stationed here, which is where I was before, then that should be okay. The reason why I'm moving my position actually from the start is because the last time I played this, Man at Legs did a cruel joke where he targeted my captains. My other captain. Because he's supposed to target the closest one. Okay. Now he twists, comes over. Now he aims. Like you saw that gun aiming towards Mr. President when it had no business to. He did it again. It makes me so nervous because they have no bodily protection to make sure that it does not shoot at them. Oh, thank goodness. I think that was the most successful I've ever had with the Man at Legs. Took 2 rounds of red potion. I'm glad that I decided to just keep throwing Pikmin onto it as it was setting up the gun before going to call my Pikmin back, because that was such a big gamble on my part. I think if the Man at Legs starts to fire its gun, it shakes off the Pikmin on it. Okay. Next, we have Beady Long Legs. Down we go to hole 14. And it's not just hole 14. Okay. Split. I want my yellows this time. And I need to know where it's jumping. Oh, of course, it's way beyond everything. So what I'm gonna work on, since the Beady Long Legs is so far away, go get the corpse. Okay. Okay, we lost one. And now let's get all 10 of these and keep an eye on the dweevils. Yeah, you stay away from my treasure. The dweevils on this floor are only here primarily to get that body, this treasure. We got the Fond Gyro Block. Okay. This is perfect. Down we go. Now this is also technically a good... did we just jump in water? Well, we just lost so many Pikmin. I'm kidding. We didn't actually lose any. This is our final floor. Let's get... we have a lot of jelly floats. And no new sprays. Let's get this open, because this will be important for after, and then we'll go deal with the jelly floats. The jelly floats are perhaps one of my favorite enemies. We're just gonna take care of all of the jelly floats. And let it drop. Okay. 2 more jelly floats. Don't go to the center of the arena. You can probably tell that there's a spider web above us. Very bad idea. Okay. Excellent, they're all gone. Now we're going to sneak back out of the arena. And then we're gonna swap our team around. I don't want to be in here with my entire army. That's basically what I'm getting at. And dismiss. Let's go in with reds. I actually want to be at medium distance, and I don't want a red leaf. So let's go to the middle. Oh, big feats! This is ranging long legs. He's basically a big-footed version of Beady Long Legs. Okay. And it's dead. My suggestion, always a smaller team when facing against it, because this treasure requires a lot of Pikmin. 30 of them. And this is Rob. If you guys have played Mario Kart 7? Mario Kart DS, sorry. Or, oh gosh, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii U or 3DS or Ultimate, then you'll know exactly who Rob is. Rob was a Super Famicom toy. Remembered old buddy. And that's it for this treasure. Now, the only other thing that I can think of that we can try to do before day's end is getting the bridge built. We got so many treasures today, and we lost 21 Pikmin. Ugh. Gross. Awful. But you know what? We got 2 caves done. We might actually be done the Pikmin 2 game in the same amount of time as our, well, obviously not the same amount of time. I finished it by day 13. We're on day 14. But in the half days we needed. Let's put all our whites away. Oh gosh, no, we're definitely not gonna get anywhere. So what we'll end up doing the next day is blue Pikmin to build the bridge, blue Pikmin to deal with a bunch of stuff, white Pikmin. It's gonna be a very blue and white heavy day. And I'll go over more details about this area next episode. Listen to that applause. Oh, I just realized the only thing worse is that I just have to read all of our treasures, sales logs. Ugh. And then Olimar notes on new enemies. Up we go. Today's report. We've earned so many treasures. 7,278. And even if we don't include the Doomsday apparatus, that was still a $4,000 day. 4,000 Poco day. Oh, we had an overall growth day today, even though purples and whites went down. Oh, it's because of how much I went up with blues and yellows. Yes, that's actually really good. Okay, we're getting something new. Spam. Don't we all want friends who will smile when we need a little sunshine in our day? Sure, if you see friends who need a smile, give them your best. This is... Spam is odd in Pikmin 2. There is a website associated to one of these spam letters, which I believe does not exist anymore. We managed so much. Let's start with treasures. You've collected the Sweet Tooth series, Heaven on the Tongue, Havoc on the Tooth. You've collected the Cook's Arsenal series. These apparatus ought to turn a tasty profit. You've collected the Modern Amenities series, Advanced Technology, or Worthless Junk. You have collected the expensive Sentiments series, Declare Your Love and Bankruptcy all at once. Makes sense. You've collected the Crystallized Emotion series. With a flashy name, you can sell anything. Very true. You've collected the Mystical Energy series. These enigmatic reactors power this alien planet. That's it. Okay. So, I'm going to start by reading the Olimar logs, and then I'll read the sale journals. Today, buried in a deep hole, I found a vegetable that I'd never seen before. This dark-dwelling vegetable stores all of its nutritious energy in its roots. The ship named it Child of the Earth, and I think it's fitting. That's kind of good. According to the ship's analysis, this gourd contains extremely bitter seeds. However, this analysis was done by a machine, so I'm not completely convinced. Normally I wouldn't mind trying it myself, but I haven't been feeling well since I ate that toxic berry. Oh my goodness, what toxic berry? According to the ship's analysis, you'll grow into a giant if you eat one of these. I'd like to field test one of these babies. I wonder what would happen if I fed one to a purple Pikmin. A giant purple Pikmin. Could you imagine? I've paid off all of the company's debts, but I find myself returning to this planet yet again. This time I must find and rescue Louie. I've been scouring the wilderness we landed on. As I scour this region, I can't help but feel lonely for my faithful sidekick, even if he does eat all of the ship's onboard snacks. Because of my loneliness, I've dubbed this rough region the Wistful Wilds. Oh, that's kind of super depressing, actually. This rotund nut reminds me of the president's sizable girth. Oh my goodness, that's all it says? Hilarious. As I grow older, I've observed that I'm much crankier. Today, I flew off the handle over a trifling matter. I feel like such a fool. I must learn to control my cantankerous temper. I can't allow my bad attitude to erode teamwork on this vital mission. If we sold a snack like this on Hokotate, everyone would get addicted to it. I should probably feel bad about the potential for causing cavities, but as the ship is always saying, business is business. Interesting. It looks like some part of a crustacean. Its shape vaguely resembles a pair of scissors, but I've never seen anything quite like it. It's fair to assume this creature has already perished, but I don't understand why it hasn't begun to fossilize. Perhaps it was eaten by another creature, and it spit out these unwanted parts? Whoa there, talk about crazy. That's crazy talk. Oh, I just noticed, it's hollow. It looks hollow. Oh goodness, okay. This rare alien metal doesn't exist on Hokotate. When I gaze at it, I'm gripped with an overpowering sense of greed. On Hokotate, there is a valuable metal with a stunning sheen that has a similar effect. Perhaps this alluring metal is responsible for many of this planet's woes. Interesting. I've heard that children will make fun of parents when they smell bad, but a stink after work all day is a badge of honor, not shame. This portable milk pool will help parents get a farm-fresh scent before they hug their kids. I hesitate to take advantage of this parental stink crisis, but even I might need this someday. That's kinda gross, actually. Grossity, gross. Our salvage operations have yielded several unbelievably advanced artifacts. According to my analysis, this cutting device can slice through the fabric of time and space. My days of struggling to open food canisters are over. Is that a can opener or is that a glass cutter? I was thinking it was a glass cutter. Princess Pearl. Salvaging this treasure was a dangerous and difficult task. I found it deep in the bowels of a dank, predator-infested cavern. My only hope of surviving was to strategically use all 5 colors of Pikmin. Okay. I'm captivated by this treasure's unique glimmer. I found it in a breathtaking complex of caverns. I'm glad to see I'm already enjoying the fruits of my labor. That's peculiar. When I gaze at this stone, all of my stress seems to wash away. I'm suddenly not so annoyed with my irrational boss and unappreciative underlings. I'm not even annoyed with the tight-fisted corporation I slave each and every day for. Maybe that's why it's the essence of true love. We found this treasure in a cave teeming with merciless creatures. But we did find this gorgeous jewel, so it wasn't all bad. Update. It turns out that it's just plastic. So it was all bad after all. No wonder it's joyless. It's a plastic ring. When my wife gets annoyed with me, I freeze on the spot. At least I can handle telling her. At least I can handle her telling me what I've done wrong. My daughter, however, will just stare at me, and that's much worse. What does that have to do with the Frosty Bauble, Olimar? It is said that this is part of a pair of living gems, male and female. Naturally, knowing that the two separated makes me sad. I suppose what really makes me sad is the fact that I'm separated from my family. Aww. Love Sphere. According to the ship's scanners, this inanimate object has the capacity to love. Unfortunately, my love is already spoken for. Although... Olimar, are you really going to do something with an orb over a physical wife? My investigation has concluded that this object embodies the spirit of comedy, but when it comes to humor, not even this item can stand up to my unrivaled powers of hilarity. Too bad the president doesn't appreciate my comedic genius. Sure, Olimar. Genius. This shape resembles a mammal appendage, but I have no idea what it actually does. It's dripping with what can only be described as beast drool. I can't blame the ship for not wanting to touch it. I don't want to touch it either. But I've got a duty to my mission, and sometimes a captain has to take one for the team. Okay, so does that mean that there are still humans on this planet? Are we post-apocalyptic? The ship is noisy, but nothing compares to the boss's inane chatter. Blah, blah, blah. It never ends. He could learn a lot from the noiseless, disembodied head. Louie's quiet nature was hard to adjust to, but now I've grown to appreciate the peace and quiet. I have a confession to make. I've become enamored with this object. I know I shouldn't fall for company property, but I can't suppress these feelings forever. What? Olimar? You're a weirdo. Perplexing mysteries are often solved in unexpected ways. When I was studying this item earlier, I was astounded at its unbelievable bulk. It was so heavy. I would have never been able to move it without my burly purple Pikmin. Later analysis indicates this thing is in fact some kind of heavy artillery. It's a weight meant to power the guns. Ugh. I flexed my arms poorly. I can't believe I had the fortune to find this thing buried underground. It looks like a component to a huge mechanical doll. It looks just like a part from a robot in a cartoon I used to watch as a kid. How nostalgic. This futuristic machine makes me feel like I've traveled back in time. Since I've landed on this planet, I've encountered countless treasures that remind me of my childhood. I wonder why that is. I think it's because the objects we're discovering look just like things I had as a kid. This is one of those items. So did Hokotashins have robots? The other day, I accidentally threw away my son's favorite toy. He wouldn't stop crying. Some things that seem unimportant to adults are treasures to kids. When I was a boy, I'm sure I felt the same way about my favorite things. Now my family is my treasure. Oh, that's cute. When I observe this object, I can't stop myself from tearing up. I wonder why. It's hard to say, but it might be because some of these items remind me of the past. These are from the Hole of Heroes, by the way. When I was a kid, I always wanted my toys to be blue. Blue is such a cool color. But you're in red. Yesterday, we ventured into a spooky hole. Previously, all of the organisms we encountered were massed together in one cave. Had I not divided the Pikmin by color and utilized their unique abilities, I would never have made it out alive. In memory of my daring adventure, I've named that hole the Hole of Heroes. Okay, so that's why we called it the Hole of Heroes. Why did we call it the Cavern of Chaos? The ship has a lot of self-importance for a machine. Apparently, machines can exhibit characteristics like us after all. Perhaps they even have a soul. If this is true, then maybe you can work them into the ground until their spirit is broken and they stop giving you lip. Oh no, I'm turning into the president. Among the treasures we've collected, many of them have strange scrawlings on them. Unfortunately, the alien writings are indecipherable, but the pictures can be understood easily enough. This one seems to have a picture of fruit on it. If that's the case, then this canister must contain sweet nectar. A quick taste won't hurt. Well, how do you seal it back up? What a fascinating storage container. There's more food crammed in here than I could eat in a lifetime. Louis, however... yeah, Louis would probably be done that in a day. Okay, so now that we've gone through all of our Olimar logs, let's go through the sales pitches. Now, I'm going to try to limit myself to commentary after each one and try to commentate at the end of each grouping. Is your palate conservative or adventuresome? Either way, this taste will ravish your mouth. For those who savor flavor, this new delicacy will have you questioning your ideas of taste. It is hard, really hard, too hard, so hard that you're not sure you can eat it, even though you must. This hard snack is infused with the essence of stubbornness, and you are powerless to resist it. I have a bad feeling about this particular item. I want to sell it with all possible speed. Bargain price available. Please buy this quickly now. One look at this pattern and your head spins, your vision fades, and a voice commands, "Eat this." With this, your legs will not fall asleep even when you sit with your feet tucked beneath you. The sugary material of this cushion infuses your whole body with warmth and comfort. So this is a seat, and this is a bed. Sorry for the commentary. But wow. Sweet to the taste and touch. Sleep on this magical mattress and dream of a land of sweets. Humanoid desire knows no limits. Some things can never be known or understood, and no researcher, no matter how supreme, will ever tire of consuming this thing. It contains a mystical flavor born of the cosmos itself, and is said to change flavor as it is eaten. Behold a magical candy to make the children of Hokotate cry out in delight for this sweetest of sweets. It surely tastes great, but how will it be for the teeth? Sometimes such a treat is worth the risk. Alas, we machines know nothing of eating, the ultimate pleasure. If only I had a mouth. This will save our loveless age. Yes, it is a romance-filled addition to the Sweet Tooth series. The sweet aroma will attract just about anyone. For those who dream of sweets and have a deep love of candy, look no further than this, the most potent item in the Sweet Tooth series. A Sweet Tooth's dream, is this real, or am I dreaming? If I had teeth, I'd be nibbling with vigor. A comfy, not too sugary bed. Youngsters who sleep here will have the sweetest of dreams. This sugary delight has even a machine like me wishing to partake in its deliciousness. What a sweet-looking circlet. This is perfect for the kiddies. A small, well-formed ring of sugar. Go on, gulp it down. Wow, I've never seen a machine so adamant in wanting to try a sweet. And I think the chocolate truffle was describing that it actually has a secondary flavor inside. Maybe it's caramel. This shiny disc sparkles beautifully, but its edge could effortlessly shear through the armor plating of a battle cruiser. Is it not true that all great art is edgy for its time? Buy this landmark piece today. Handle with care. May not be suitable for small children. The unique perfume of this item will destroy drowsiness, making endless nights a walk in the park. This invigorator is perfect for those who have to work even when they least want to. Parents throughout the universe, take note. If your family dislikes your odor after a hard day's work, this is for you. Soak in this milk tub and replace your smelly cloud with a dairy aroma. Don't be stingy now. Think of the children. Rude. Squeeze, squeeze. Had enough. Squeeze. A ruthless, savage heart in machine form. No giant fruit can retain its juice in the face of this relentless ringing device. If you are greedy down to the last drop, this is for you. Now what is this? Behold the heavenly sparkle of this, one of the 3 sacred treasures of Samadush. Now you can own the artifact of endless food and drink. Of course, to the tongueless machine such as me, this is all completely meaningless. Olimar did mention that it was some sort of artifact. Throw this flimsy piece of scrap metal out, or can garbage this bandle be or can garbage this bandle become a work of art? Sure. Okay, next series. Rubsy dubsy sudsy blue. Rubsy dubsy sudsy woo. Sudsy sudsy scrub-a-doo. The more you rub it, the more it bubbles and foams. Don't worry about its purpose, just scrub. That's what it's for. Is this the flame of hope that spawned humanoid civilization? Hokotate needs new energy sources, and this could be a fine candidate. Will machines like me be powered by this someday? More shocking than a lightning bolt, faster than a light mote. Able to crush rocks with one bash, this device can clear any impediment in one fell swoop. A dimensional cutter that slices through space and time. This is nothing to be trifled with. Good children will know not to play with this item. This shiny pod was found buried like a time capsule, holding image data of unknown origin. Is it possible that you fathom the data's import? This riddle will entrance all puzzle lovers. What is wrong with the delicate dance of beautification, flattery, and flirtation? What, I ask? If it makes life more fun, keep it up. Come on, buy yours today. Come rain, wind, or typhoon, this stage will always support the hidden singer deep in your soul. It is a lovely instant dance stage. How about taking one on tour with you, Star of Rock? I really struggled with that one. Is this part of a previously unknown giant life form? What might the entire beast look like? Let your imagination run wild and create the largest of all living beings in your head. Okay, next series, the gems. This crimson stone is said to reflect the contents of the soul and detect bold emotions. Will it reveal passion, great ire, or something else? Maybe it all depends on the harmony in your home. A stone with a subtle twinkle that grants harmony, stability, and tranquility to the beholder. Okay. This scintillating jewel is a royally rich gift, but woe be to those who buy it as a romantic gesture. They'll be turned into paupers. It's the ultimate giant diamond, fit for the ruler of the universe. Like a forlorn heart during the rainy season, this sapphire is lovely, but tinged with sadness. This stone is for all fathers who want something beautiful for their daughters, yet want to give a gift that has a hint of panache. There is nothing cheap about the shine on this stone. It is the gift you have been looking for. An emerald in the shape of a four-leaf plant. Its vivid green hue soothes the soul and calls forth joy. Order yours today. The gemstones were actually probably my favorite to read in all of these journal entries and sales pitches. This creature holds the greatest concentration of knowledge in all of the known universe. However, due to its reclusive personality, it pretends to be a mere pebble. This thought crystal checks your stress levels with its telepathic powers. It is currently all red. Red, red, red. The world is filled with stress, and this is the color that represents our society. Wow, that is deep in meaning. One of the wisest beings in the universe, this entity also boasts a galactic-sized helping of love. However, due to its shyness, it will never speak of that love. This crystal is empowered with psychokinetic abilities. If it is so inclined, it will use its mighty powers to do physical labor in your stead. When it will be so inclined is unknown, however. Another of the universe's most intelligent beings, this creature's entire existence, from the birth of the universe to the ultimate collapse, is dedicated to the devising a very special joke. Is that what mirth is? I thought it was some sort of mineral. This mystical crystal has the ability to channel energy between this world and the next. This spiritual connectivity will act as a life navigator for a positive existence. That's actually really dark and also foreboding. I think we're almost done with the sales pitches. Some enigmatic energy unknown on Hokotate is trapped inside. Who could use more energy? Who couldn't? Humanoid history is one big scramble for energy, and this is a colossal fountain of it. Has the change to renewable energy on Hokotate already begun? We machines watch. Physical energy is not the only kind. The energy dearest to us is that made by love and courage. Aww. According to my measurements, almost no energy should remain within, yet some does. The energy one can draw from matter has a limit, but the energy of the heart is endless. Perhaps that is the case here. This proves that machines have will and determination. I think you're just trying to grasp at straws. Okay, so that is all the sales pitches. My goodness, that was so many. Oh, and we finally found the foxtail. Foxtail. Vulpes cauda. Foxtail family. This plant remains erect after withering and losing its color. So we can only hypothesize about the true color of this plant's plumage. However, local soil analysis indicates trace amounts of dormant seeds, making it not hard to imagine that the area was thick with these plants in the summer. Okay, okay, we have two more bosses actually. Segmented cropster. That's what this thing was. And it's gross. I hate it. Peristacoidea reptantia. Creep crab family. This gigantic beast is wrapped in a hard shell in an atypical evolution. The right front leg of this creature is hypertrophic, taking on the function of an arm rather than a leg. Its asymmetric physical development is unique in the natural world. One unlucky explorer's incorrect conclusion that this creature adheres to a pattern of peaceful, quiet behavior led to an unfortunate incident. In fact, this beast exhibits intensely hostile, aggressive tendencies amid a prey and ramming aiming at prey and ramming at them at full speeds. Yeah. The raging long legs. I thought this was ranging again. Pseudoarachnia furiendis. Arachnoid family. Arachnoids boast a wondrous biological composition with a silicon-based exoskeleton and innards coated with malleable heavy metals. However, much about these creatures remains a mystery as specimens regularly explode when they are dissected. These explosions produce scorching flames that completely melt all internal organs, leaving us with a disappointing lack of information on the inner workings of the species. We must await the development of new dissection processes and more specialized research before we can better understand this enigmatic creature. However, the following observation notes have been recorded. Appears to be leveling terrain for some unknown purpose. Location of eyes and ears not readily apparent. Freezing a specimen may yield new research opportunities. Okay, and with that, we finally managed to get through the whole list. Ugh, that was gross. This took the longest to record. Ooh. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Pikmin 2. Next time we come back to Pikmin 2 will be the final recording batch, as we're going to get the rest of the above ground treasures and dive into the final hole. I hope you guys are excited, because that's probably 2 or 3 more episodes left to the rest of the series. If you liked what you saw, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash the like button and subscribe if you have not for more Pikmin 2 content. We'll see you all next time. Derez Plays, out.